Yo, mic check, mic check. We are live. Everybody, we are y'all tuned in to the Culture 73 Hip Hop Network, and you are watching Quest Convo, where we talk the culture because we are the culture. I'm your favorite hip hop connoisseur, Drew Soul Quest.
And it's your man, Dev Davies.
Yo, we are here, y'all. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Make sure you get everybody familiar. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you are aware every episode we drop. And we cannot forget dopesthipHoptees.com. Every time y'all see me, y'all pretty much that's what I'm wearing. Like I said, Dopest Hip Hop Tees, they are tees and hoodies. They are made for cool people that love hip hop culture, created by cool people that love hip hop culture. Right now, you go to the site dopesthipHoptees.com. You use the promo code I Love Hip Hop. You're gonna get 20% off your purchase. So, hey, it's a no-brainer. It's summertime, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wearing the tees. It's hot as hell. You want to wear something that you know you're gonna stand out in. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to wear the same shit everybody got. All these unique designs. So when you go somewhere, people see it. They gonna be like, hey, where you get that from? Oh, that's dope. Like, that's different where you get it from. Tell them dopesthipHoptees.com. Y'all get familiar.
We work to work, you late to work, I holla and they send it. You know my pride was colder than Chicago in December.
All right. So we're gonna get it going, y'all. Joining us on the pod today, y'all. Man, it's a whole bunch of just legendary vibes on the pod today. Before we even move forward, Buck, let me tell you the reason why I fuck with you. First of all, I'm a true hip hop head. Been listening to hip hop, man, since I was a little kid. So I'm 30 years plus with listening to hip hop. So in 30 years, the 2-3 million niggas I done heard rap and do their thing, bruh, your style, it stands out. Your voice stands out. Your flow pattern, your content, just everything, man, it stands out. And when you can stand out like that, and like I said, all these guys that rap and came and left and still stand out and just be different and unique, just through the longevity, man, that gotta be congratulated every time. So on the pod today, y'all, we have a Chicago legend, a hip-hop legend, Buk of Psychodrama. How you feeling, my bro?
Man, I'm well, man. Thank you for that blessing too, that intro, man. I appreciate it. I'm happy to be here. Thank y'all guys for having me, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely, man. Definitely been wanting to, get you on here for a while, man. It's funny too. So right off, with psychodrama. So I know, sometime through the years, I've definitely met you at some point in time.
Yeah.
Cause I do, like I'm familiar with Side, Nuisance, Noya, all that. So I got familiar with Side,
Yes,
like
sir.
back in cause in my former life before Drew Soul Quest, I was travel man. I used to rap myself.
Okay.
So I got familiar with Side, like when Side and Noya started doing their little open mics and the What Damn Wednesdays and all that shit. That was like 2012-ish, somewhere up in
Yeah,
there,
2012.
2011.
Yeah.
I got familiar with them through that. They used to show me mad love, man. They used to love my music. Right before I kind of stopped rapping, me and Side was about to do some things together, man. So I
Yeah.
definitely got love for Psychodrama. I got love for you, all that, man.
Man, appreciate that, man. Yeah, that's the family, man. With Am Wednesdays, they still going at it too. Noya, shout
Yeah,
out to Noya Inside. Yes,
for
sir. Yes,
sure, for
sir.
sure. So yeah, man. The whole purpose of this, the whole purpose of the interview today, like I said, Culture 73, Hip Hop Network, Quest Convo. We represent hip hop all day across the board. We represent the balance in hip hop culture. You know what I'm saying? It's a lack of that especially over the past few years, it's a lack of balance. So that's what we represent.
Yeah,
Buck, like I was telling you before, the whole purpose of this interview today, bridge that gap, man. I want to get these youngins familiar with your history, where it all started, where it came from, what you got going on now. And I also, obviously, the cats like myself that's already familiar with you, just to, shed some light on what you got going on now, man. So I'm a gone,
absolutely.
and obviously, I mean, I got hella notes and questions for you, but I'm gonna turn it on over to you, man. Just kind of give us a little insight, man. I want you to take it way back to just the beginning, man. Like, how did you, before psychodrama, before everything, just how did you even get into music, into rap? You know what I'm saying? All that.
Yeah, man. Thank you. Man, I started rapping in 1985, man, when
Mm.
I wrote my first rap about the Bears going to the Super Bowl. My brother, my sisters, I'm the youngest of five kids, so my family, they were really into music. So everything. I grew up on soul, funk, gospel, R&B, and when hip hop was introduced, my sisters and my brother, they were playing those songs. And then my family, my uncle Calvin, he was a DJ at a club around the neighborhood, and he had a basement full of records, man. And I was just that kid, just soaking it all up. And I just fell in love with music a long time ago. I think Itching for a Scratch was probably the first thing that got me like, whoa.
Uh,
And then, once LL dropped radio, I was like, all right, that's it right there, But it was a lot of people that influenced me, man. It was my brother's friend. His name is K Smooth. He's a rapper from Chicago, and him and my brother really had the biggest influence on me from the very beginning. And then I'm an original member of Do or Die too. So AK and Nod and Bilo, I grew up with those guys. And DJ Funk, world famous house DJ Funk, he was the producer of the group. So I was with them cats every day, man, just soaking it up. And over the years, just kind of grew into my own thing and learning how to record. And, I just been a hip hop fanatic, a music fanatic really since day one. And over the years, once I got in high school and met Side and met Nuisance, it just kind of grew from there, man. So, I'm still at it to this day, just the love of the music itself. But I love all types of music. I always have. And, I just really, really appreciate musicianship and artistry and stuff like that. So over the years, it just grew into what it is today.
okay, okay, definitely, man. So another thing too. So we did a segment a few weeks back,
Hmm.
and that was what the whole segment was about. It was me, Dev, one of my partners, Chris or whatever, and we were talking about like the most unique voices in hip hop, the most standout people, and you were one of the people that was in the discussion.
Yes,
And
sir.
the question came up. So I know initially like it was Young Buck, and then you changed it to Buck. So let
Yeah.
me ask you this. I want to ask you two things. So with with you having the name Young Buck, and then we know, the other Young Buck from Memphis, G Unit, and all that stuff.
Hmm.
Who was, or do you even know, like who was the first to come with that name? And then when you came out, was it any kind of conflict or anything with that, or was it just all good, or what?
Yeah, yeah, that's a great question, man. The funny thing is, I don't know who was first, but when we ended up signing to Suave House and I really started rotating with Bun B and Ball and G, they actually put me up on Young Buck before he
Mhm.
got to G Unit. So they was just letting me know, like, man, I got another little partner back at the crib named Young Buck, And it was just like it was never nothing, man. I think, the fans and my friends and stuff made more of a big deal of it than me. But yeah, man, it's nothing but love and respect for that brother, man. And once we were there, I actually dropped Young from my name and I just went by Buck from that point moving forward. I was already growing out of it to just, call myself Buck of Psychodrama at that point. But yeah, it was a blessing. But Ball and G and Bun, had let me know a long time ago, back in the 90s, that they had a partner named Young Buck also. And I knew somebody else named Young Buck too. So,
Oh
but
wow.
yeah, I haven't got a chance to meet him yet, but it's all love, man. I never cared about that. It just happens like that, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I always wondered about that.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
been a thing for many years, but yeah, it's all love, man. It's hip hop is just like that. It's 1,000 people with the same name, but I went by Young Buck for a long time. I started out as YAD, Young and Dangerous.
Uh-huh.
And then AK from Do or Die, he the one that just stamped me as Young Buck because I was that little kid trying to hang out with the big guys all night, and he would hear me with the Young Buck go in the house, and it just kind of stuck. So Young and
Okay.
Dangerous just turned into Young Buck, and I spelled it YUNGBUK. So, over the years, it just turned into just straight up Buck of Psychodrama after that, man.
Oh, okay. Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. Yeah, man, and like I said before, your style, man, just the wordplay, the flow pattern, your voice, and everything. Like, how did you come up with that? Like, was it just a natural thing, or is it something you really thought about? What was it important for you to stand out the way that you have, or do like how to speak on that a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. You hit it right on the head. It was just trying to be different. I grew up in church, so singing and the way that you inflect your words and stuff like that, combined with being just a book nerd. So I was a real wordsmith and reading the dictionary and encyclopedia. It was exciting to learn how to say something in a different way. So I just kind of poured all of that into rapping. And back in those days, you know, your style was more important than anything. The way you said this same phrase or this similar phrase. And I was that kid. I really wanted to stand out. So I just started getting real scientific with the way that I was writing, like where my rhyming words were going to be. And, everything was about the one, dun, 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 that metronome. And I would try to pack as many words as I can in a line and then go a little slower in the next one and match these different uh, paragraphs, and then my cadence just kind of grew over the years to just be a play on words. Everything, the lyrics is top of the list checkbox, but the way that I'm delivering those lyrics became like a really big thing as well. So that just kind of honed it over the years. But I think a combination of just being a straight up word nerd and singing and learning how to inflect my voice a certain way, and just really working on my cadence and wanting to stand out amongst everybody else. That's what helped develop the style that I have today.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking on that too, man. Like, I consider myself, like I said, I'm an older guy, but I consider myself a hip hop connoisseur, man. I listen to everything from all parts of the world and everything.
Yes, sir.
I'm definitely not how because I got a lot of young partners I mess with, hang out with, do all that.
Hmm.
And, a lot of the older cats, they hate on the youth. All their music is trash. I don't fuck with it. It's this, it's that.
Yeah.
I'm not really one of those guys. Like, pretty much, if it's dope, it's dope. I don't care,
Yep.
young or whatever. But I do think the main issue I have is just more so the originality piece of it. Because,
Hmm.
like you said, when you was coming up, back in the day, that was a huge part of it. Like, you had so many different artists. They was doing their best to try to not sound like the next cat.
Yeah.
They would talk about your ass if you tried to copy
Yeah.
it. The next nigga sound like this cat or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's the main problem I have. Not even more so with just the quality of the music, but just the originality, how
Original.
everybody sounds the same. Like,
Yeah.
so how do you feel about that? You feel it's just like a lost cause, or how important
Mhm.
you still feel that is today, or what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, yeah, man. That's a great question. I mean, I love, what the younger guys are doing. The fact that they did create their own lane. Like you say, the originality piece is missing a lot from a lot of the music, but I don't blame the artists. I blame the people that, you know, the people that push the machine, and not necessarily like they did something wrong, but it's only that type of music that's being highlighted. Too Short and E40 still dropping records. Ice Cube still got records. It's artists, from our genre that are still dropping records, and it's the attention that the media gives. Being that in stores don't exist no more. The physical element of it don't exist no more. So it's a lot of intimacy of the music that is missing. So, but as far as the young artists though themselves, I love it, man. I love to learn about how they took auto tune and did this thing with it, and you know, um, just the different feel of the flow that they using. They did the right thing, stand out. But it's a lot of I would say the machine is more to blame than the artists themselves. But I definitely think it was a wonderful thing, because it's going to evolve. That was the natural thing. It wasn't going to stay the same. When we were first coming up, the older cats was looking at us like, man, how y'all rapping like that? And that's whack. And we wasn't doing what they was doing. So I look at it the same way with the younger guys that came after me. I love them. I salute them. I want them to keep pushing. But definitely, it's a lot of knowledge about being original and using different topics and stuff to write about and to rap about, trying different flows, trying different beats and stuff like that. I definitely think more of that is needed, but I love that it grew into something different. And special salute to the guys in Chicago for creating a whole new style that the world has jumped onto. But I'm excited to see where it's going next. But when we started, people was doing the same thing, and it just happens like that with anything that's bound to grow. So, but I encourage all the young guys to don't lose sight of where it comes from. Don't be afraid to go pick up America's Most Wanted by Ice Cube. You may just know him from Friday, you may just know him from the movies, but zone out and listen to what he was saying when we was coming up, just to get the feel of where the producers were coming from, where the artist was coming from, concept wise. And same with LL and E40 and Ghetto Boys and NWA. Just go back and listen and soak it all up, man, and add it to what you're doing now. And I think it's gonna grow into something even better, in time. But I love it. Overall, they get the stamp of approval from me, man. I love it.
Okay, okay. I
Yeah,
feel you. I feel you. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Like you said, the younger cats. Because just for one example, just the drill music. I'm
yeah,
talking about it. Didn't I'm talking about New York, overseas, bro.
yeah,
It then took over, and like when I
yeah.
hear a lot of these cats talk about it, I'm like, why y'all be acting like this shit ain't from Chicago? Like it ain't like the original shit ain't from Chicago. They be talking about like it just came out of nowhere, and it's just a
Yeah,
wave now. That's
yeah.
all Chicago all day, you know what I
All
mean?
day,
Yeah.
all day. Yeah, man. It's grew into something worldwide, and that makes me most proud as somebody from the shot to see, another great idea from Chicago took off and went worldwide. So yeah, man, salute all the originators of the drill sound and all the producers, man, from the shot too.
Oh, yeah. Definitely,
Yeah,
definitely. So let me ask you this too. So, one thing I found out that's just through, recently, like, seeing some of your other interviews and different things like that. Like,
yeah,
I didn't know that you were, one of the original members of Do or Die, you know what I
yes,
mean? I
sir.
definitely man, I used to all of that. Twista, Do or Die, you, Common, all that shit. I used to just be on it heavy.
Yes, sir.
I did not know that you were, like I said, the original member of Do or Die. So let me ask you this. So
Yeah.
kind of speak on a little bit about that, and then also just your rap I guess your rap birth, like even before Do or Die and Psychodrama and all that stuff. Like were you always just part of a group, or were you solo even before the group thing, or how did that go?
Yeah, yeah. I was a solo artist like the entire time, but I grew up with, like I say, AK, B-Lo, Nod, DJ Funk, B-Lo's older brother, Shimon, Demetrius, Double J. So Do or Die was a big crew, man, DOD. And I always say it was like I was in that group, but I was like Lil Bow Wow in NWA. You know, I was that shorty that was cursing and, rapping about some real wild stuff back in the day. And just being, we grew up in the, on the same block out west. And then, of course, the Snipers was in this neighborhood, Triple Darkness. Me and Direct went to high school together. Twista was a neighborhood legend, in our area already. So we all kind of, you know, were in this general vicinity. And then, later met Wild Style and Cold Heart and all of these guys like Direct from Triple Darkness and Never. They used to be in the group together. So we all kind of, been connected forever. And then, like I say, running around with Do or Die, before they got their deal, we were working on projects. And I don't know, I'm sure you probably heard No Love. That was the first song that we released with, me, Below, and AK as
Mm,
Do or Die. But we had a whole album or two worth of stuff that DJ Funk produced that just never saw the light of day. And then, just years later, once I was in high school, meeting with Side and Nuisance, we just formed our own thing as Psychodrama. And it just, those guys got their deal. We ended up getting a deal. The flick ended up signing a major deal with Fab Five Freddy, Twister, and, everything just started growing over the years. But I was always a solo artist. But I was in a few different groups, man, outside of Do or Die. Used to rap with a crew called DOA, me, my boy Shake Bag, and my homie Ward School, rest in peace, and
mm,
my sister Fran Sean, Lady G, my girl Cabrina, um, you know, I was in and out of like 2-man, 3-man groups. And like I say, I rap with two other females before I even met Nuisance, my
mm.
girl Cabrina and my girl Franchon. So just kind of bounced around and then just naturally evolved once Psychodrama came into the picture. It was really a time for me to focus as a solo artist because I consider all three of us just solo artists, me, Side, and Nuisance. But when we click those puzzle pieces together to form Psychodrama, it's just something special. So that kind of stuck over the years. But I'm still DOD all day, man, do or die. And when they signed their first deal, I was down there with them because we were supposed
Mm.
to sign when they got signed to Rap a Lot. So this before Suave House and all of that. So we still family to this day, man. Shout out to AK, Below, Nod, Double J, DJ Funk, Demetrius, Shimon, the whole DOD, man, for life.
Okay, dope, dope.
Yes, sir. And
Uh,
also, me
mhm.
and Direct from Triple Darkness, we are a group too called Scattered Bodies. So you can check out that project too right now.
Oh, okay,
Okay, for
okay. See,
sure.
I didn't know y'all was like an official group because I have seen like a couple of the videos and the singles y'all done together. I just thought y'all was collab. I didn't know it was a
Yeah.
actual group.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The dynamic duo, man. The Army of Two. Me and him, like I said, we met in high school. So we had been trying to do that project since we were in high school. And the time was right a few years ago. And my man Supreme Tracks and my dog Excel blessed us with just the perfect temperature for the beats, and we dropped the project, and we working on this the follow up to that project right now. So yes, sir,
Oh
we
man,
definitely
okay.
still at it. Scattered Bodies, Buck and Direct. Check us out, man.
Oh, I would definitely.
For sure.
I'll be talking about that and showcasing that because the videos I've seen, the singles I've heard with both of y'all, shit crazy. Like,
Man, I appreciate it. I
man, yeah,
appreciate it. Yes,
yeah,
sir.
yeah,
Thank
I
y'all
you.
just
bounce
want
off
to
each other good. The chemistry crazy. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's my dog.
Um, so still keeping in the originality vibe. Definitely with psychodrama, man. Y'all definitely like created a sound. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Y'all, even outside of your flows and everything, y'all created a sound. Like when I first heard like Magic and Do What You Gotta Do, I'm just like I can honestly say at the time I hadn't heard anything like it. I was just like, this is some different shit, like for real. So like
Yes, sir.
how did y'all come up with that sound? Like what was that process like?
Yeah, yeah. We used to hang out every day, man. Riding around, smoking 1,000 blunts, drinking Tanqueray, just being silly, man. We used to go to a youth center called ABC Youth Center on the west side of Chicago, and Nuisance, her cousin Shalonda, had a red Cherokee, and we would hang out and ride around in this Cherokee, just cracking jokes, singing. I mean, we were like the first Mad TV in living color, just within our little crew. And then, we started just working on, we would spit acapella raps to the snap, and we would rap over dusties and old school records, and the chemistry came from us knowing each other's songs so well, each other's verses, that we started doing this background thing. So Nuisance said his line and I would catch her in word, and then the next line side would catch that word, and we would just kind of harmonize, and it just grew into this thing that became like our trademark sound. So it's really like almost like we singing, and then the other two are backup singers with their harmony, but while we rapping. So that became our trademark over the years. But like I said, we all focused on being scientific with the way we rapping the words. So just Nuisance is a magnificent writer. Side is as well. So we all have this different formula. And when we, like I say, when we click together, it just turns into something just beautiful, sonically. But we really appreciate just wordplay and lyricism. That's something we focus real hard on, and over the years, it just grew, man. It just grew into this trademark sound that's just matching the tones, like you brought up. Do What You Want to Do and Magic. Those were songs that we were just in the neighborhood singing to the snap. We would get
Mm,
30 people to snap with us at the same time, and we would spit those songs. And once we did get a chance to connect with Traxter, he built those beats around the cadence that we already had. So the
mm,
music came from the rhyme. And then when we got a chance to record it, we really caught on to that triple hi-hat that he had, or that where he put the kick at, where he put the snare at. So we started, emphasizing a certain word on top of that hi-hat. So, I'm basically, the hi-hat is exactly the flow that I'm rapping. That kick is exactly when I said this particular word. So we really stick to that formula, and it's just like that to this day, man. Every song.
man. Okay. Okay. So I know y'all got the new single out right now. The what is it? Be All Right?
Yes, sir. Be
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
Be all right, and heard him say.
Okay. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
definitely messing with that, man. So
thank you.
you got any time frame when we can expect the new album, new psychodrama album?
Yes, sir. The goal was in July, so we still shooting for, late July for the full record. But yeah, we dropped Heard 'Em Say was the first single we dropped like a year or so ago. And then we followed it up with Be All Right, just to give some energy. But in the next 60 days, the full project, all original music is on the way. And, we just working on touching it up, making a few changes right now. But yeah, we got a full project, the first official full psychodrama album with Me Side and Nuisance on the way.
Mm, cannot wait, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and to the Culture 73, the Quest Convo community, man, Chicago, they are so rich in the hip hop history, man. Just with shout outs like all these people you mentioned in Do or Die. Shout out to legendary Traxter. That dude is another legend in the game and produced for
Absolutely.
all kind of people, platinum hits and everything else, man. Y'all got to definitely get familiar with that as well. Um, so speak on the so when y'all got with Suave House,
Mhm.
I remember personally, I was very excited about that because at the time that's when Suave House was basically running shit. And I'm
Absolutely.
thinking that this is about to just catapult y'all to a whole nother level.
Yeah.
So speak on that a little bit. Like what was that like? And then kind of like what happened with that?
Yeah, that was man, as a MC, as a young cat, that was the greatest experience of my life, man. Just getting a chance to connect with a major indie label. Tony Draper was a young CEO, but he heard about our music and just through networking. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the great Wendy Day, just music
Mhm.
connoisseur. She made that connection for us and got us a meeting with him. And we flew down to Texas and connected with him. And yeah, man, it was a great thing. I think I was 20 years old when we got with them and we started building, working on the project to release. And over the years, it just something happened internally where the whole label just kind of uh, just went on pause, man. It's just a lot of internal stuff. At that time, we were too young to really understand, but we respected the business aspect of it. Tony Draper was real transparent with us. So it was just a lot of game that he gave us about, we learned so much, but we unfortunately just didn't end up being able to release that record under Suave House. But just the experience itself, man, being on Suave House, distributed by Universal, we got to do so much, man. We had the opportunity to work on that 8 Ball Lost album. When we first signed, they were working on MJG's album, so we missed the No More Glory. And then we got a chance to sit with 8 Ball during that recording process. And man, we met everybody. And we ended up being on the very first single, Pure Uncut, with Master P, Mystical, and Silk the Shaka. And got to fly to New Orleans. Like I saw them write their verses, and we were
Mm.
in their studio. And we got to fly to LA to shoot the video, first time out there. And it was just a great experience, man. Being a young cat, back in them days, getting signed to a label was the goal. Just like reading those CDs, reading those tapes, and seeing those names. We got a chance to really be there and be in the moment, and it's an experience that, man, I could never forget. So, but unfortunately, it didn't happen the way we wanted it to. But more than anything, it was a great experience, man. We met a lot of great people that we still family with to this day.
Dope, dope. Yeah,
Yeah.
man, you've been in some legendary situations, legendary moments in hip hop.
Yes,
Shout
sir.
out to Wendy Day, man. That's she to me, she's a good example. Everybody do not judge a book by its cover. Because if you
Absolutely.
saw Wendy Day, you would not think that she is this legendary, pivotal hip hop person that then helped
Yep.
so many people in hip hop and put them in so many great situations. You would never think that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. She one of the smartest people you can meet, man. So definitely research Wendy Day, Rap Coalition, and she give out free game every day. Check out her Vision 2020 series too on YouTube, man. She is a gem amongst the hip hop game. So yeah, don't judge the book by its cover, man, because
Yeah.
she is definitely a great resource.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And I just want to jump in real quick too, man. Just want to ask a quick question.
Yes, sir.
Um, just after so many years in the game, and doing the things that you've done and seeing the things that you saw, um, who would you say that you've enjoyed working with the most, and who do you hope to work with in the future going forward?
Oh man, that's a great question. Really everybody, man, just having a chance to working with A Ball and MJG. But that was top of the list. Got a chance to work with Lupe.
Mm.
Of course, the legendary Lupe. I did a lot of great features, man. Cameron, A Plus. Um, Man, just I enjoy every feature and every time I get a chance to work with somebody, man, because it's really, as a music fanatic, I take creating a song seriously. And then as far as people I want to work with, man, I would love to work with Eminem and Royce da 5'9" and
Oh.
Black Thought and Lauryn Hill, Redman, uh, Scarface. I chopped it up with Scarface many times, but we haven't had a chance to do a song. But Cube, but really anybody, man, especially all the Chi-Town cats, Dirk and Keith and Katie, and I would love to work with all of the hot young people that's out here right now. But I'm definitely a fan of a zillion people, man. We'll be here all day, but but I love I love all the features that I did, and but I definitely would love to work with those heavy hitters, Dre and Timberland and
Right.
Pharrell and all of those cats, man. But yeah, everybody.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, man. Speaking of that, did you get a chance to see the verses with UGK and A Ball MJG?
Oh yeah, man. I was glued to the TV,
Oh,
man. I wish I was there. I was on my way. Our show was gonna pop up. And but yeah, man, they did a great job. They did a great job, man. It was a super throwback to see my guys in action still.
definitely. I was the same way, man. I wanted to go. I wanted to go, but I was definitely watching it, man. It took me back to my childhood. I mean,
Yeah,
Versus been around, a couple years now, and I've definitely messed with a lot of them. But that particular one, I'm talking about,
yeah.
I watched the whole thing through, man. It was everything, definitely.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was, man. Refreshing just to hear those joints and see them cats spit it live and wind still good and knees still good. It was inspiring.
Yeah, for
It
sure.
was yeah, it was inspirational, man. I loved it.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, man, I want to do a little something with you right now. Like I said, I know you're a busy guy, man. We ain't gonna, hold you all day.
Mhm.
So what I want to do, I got a couple of clips of yours. These are some of your legendary verses.
Okay,
Um, I want to play a couple of these clips of your verses,
okay,
and when I play them, I just want you to, after I play them, obviously, I would just want you to tell me at that particular time, what was on your mind, what was you going through,
yeah,
what was the whole vibe, what was, what it was around that time, man. So let me pull these
okay,
clips up real quick, man.
absolutely.
So I'm gonna go with this one first.
I'm gon' spit it to you like they told it to me. See, this world can get colder than the bitch. You see how frozen it can be. And over in the blink of an eye situation, based it in hatred. You can taste it. It's in our human nature. You do wrong, you gone to the basement. But I'm faced with niggas just like me trying to replace my placement. From the shitty looks of shit, niggas don't want no statements. Yeah, they on some hate shit. I'm embracing my defense, helping me keep my patience. Contemplating on the moves.
Mm.
Yeah,
Mm,
Oh man,
man.
time in my life. Yeah, man, that was the first song we did when we were signed to Suave, and yeah, I remember them sessions like it was yesterday, man. I was in my bag. I say I was at uh, my peak of as far as being an MC, and I remember T Mix was making that beat, and I had a line. The hook to that song is actually um, the idiotic tendency to be doing some shit. That
Mhm.
was actually from an old verse that I had, and A Ball and T Mix and Tony Draper, they trusted me enough while we were vibing to make that the hook of the song, and you know, hearing A Ball do that, just that flow and come off like that, I was like, oh man, I got to come with it. And yeah, that was like, just sitting in there a few hours in the studio at Suave House. I came up with that verse, and yeah, Cass was tripping because I was just going. I didn't even have a ending part. I probably would have rapped the whole song if they would have let me, but
Right.
yeah, I love that, man. But that was definitely the first song that we recorded once we got there at Suave House during that time.
Okay, okay. Let me move
Yeah.
on to this next one.
When you combine the darkness with the light. Bringing pain like two bad nurses. And the pain from these here motherfucking verses. Ridiculous thirsts involving hearses. To the dirt shit first fixing is in autos to work with. Slugs to the shirt shit. Just a squirt shit. I'm making it with an expert kid. From birth to the earth split. It'll hurt bitch. Show you how worse it than worse get. And it's
Mm,
Yeah. Oh man.
classics.
Yeah, the ridiculousness. Yeah.
Man, bruh, this
Yeah.
like I'm gonna say this too about man, you make the music that so I've been listening to hip hop so long, like I'll go back to certain things and I'll be like, okay, it's cool, but I don't like it. At the time, I might have
Yeah.
been young, and it might have been the shit to me. But now I listen to it, I'll be like, it was cool.
Yeah.
I still mess with it. But certain
Yeah.
artists like yourself, I listen to it now. I get the same geeked ass feeling I got without, back. Like I never get tired of it, bro. It's just your shit is
Man,
just man.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, man. That right there. That's probably my most notable verse that that's probably when everybody realized who I was. And yeah, shout out to Traxter and Twista for that. That's the verse that came out of nowhere. I always tell the story. That's still the fastest verse I've ever written to this day.
Mm,
Um, yeah, me and Twista, we rode around for a few months, kind of ideating on this song, and it was another song too called "The Critical" that he was doing for our album. So it was kind of like we were swapping verses. And during the time that we was writing, we never really came up with, okay, this is gonna be this is gonna be that. And it was a period of time where we hadn't seen each other. And then I got a call. They like, man, we at the studio, we trying to wrap this up. Come meet us out here. And I'm just like, I don't have nothing. And on my way there to the studio, I'm just vibing in my mind, like what I'm gonna say. I had no idea. And when I got there, the Brat was in there, with
mm,
them, and a few other cats, and it was just a full studio. And I went in the booth and put the headphones on. I told Trax to just loop the beat, give me a few minutes to just kind of get an idea. And man, I always say God gave me that verse, and it just came up. I stood up, and I'm like, I'm ready, man. And but while I was writing it, I'm like, what's the most ridiculous shit I could say right now to just and I'm bringing pain like two bad nurses. That was the line that got everybody. Back in high school, I had an appendectomy, so I got my appendix taken out. So I had a real situation to pull from. I had some terrible nurses at that time, and that line came up, and it was just like I didn't know it was gonna catch like that, but I wanted to rhyme the whole verse, really the whole song, with the word, verses, hearses, And so I started off with the I'm bringing pain like two bad nurses. And then the pain from these here motherfucking verses, these ridiculous thirsts involving hearses to the dirt shit first, pick semis and autos to work with. Slugs to the shirt shit, chest a squirt shit. I'm igging it with an expert kit. From birth to the earth split, it'll hurt, bitch. Show you how worse than worse get in a zone. So I just played with it, man. And it was a blessing to this day.
I
Killing
mean,
it. Killing it.
rappers, y'all step your
Killing it.
game up out there. This man
Yeah.
is, oh my God, dog, just
Yes, sir. Thank you,
one
man.
of the best to ever do it, man, for
Killing it.
sure, without
Yes,
a
sir.
doubt.
I
Uh,
appreciate it, man. Thank y'all.
yeah, definitely. I'm gonna grab a couple more. Let me
Okay.
see. So
Welcome to the coldest and the darkest place outside outer space, where people develop the method to literally edit the shit you say out of your face. Don't get lost in this motherfucker, often awful how they operate. Unlawfulness in Chicago, just a popular hot topic, cannot be debated. A lot of lost brothers and sisters who either done lost their temper or lost their way, lost control.
Yeah. That's that Cole by legendary Traxter. It was he put me on the remix. The video that that you were showing, that was from Super Serious, which is another one of my favorites. But this song is called Cole Remix by legendary Traxter. And me and Traxter, we just got this chemistry, man. And he I think the original one is with him, Father Time, and B-Lo from Do or Die. And he hit me one day like, bro, I need you to jump on this song. And yeah, he just gave me the flow, man. Said just go for it. But the beat is so raw. I was just
yes.
like, man, I went into a zone. I think I was sick during that time. And I had just gotten over being sick, so I had a chance to kind of zone out and get my first joint going. And I
Right,
laid
right.
back, man. And the concept was kind of, talk about Chicago. And yeah, I just got the flow and I just started going, man. So I love that one. And me and Traxter got some new stuff on the way too. So that's
Oh,
another Traxter original. Oh,
oh, cannot wait for that.
yes, sir.
Yeah, you definitely just sparked a throwback when you mentioned Father Time.
Yeah,
Man,
definitely.
I think I got a song with that guy somewhere, like, because originally, I'm from Gary, Indiana originally. I done lived, everywhere or whatever, but I'm originally from Gary, Indiana. So,
Okay.
that's right by the Shy.
Yes,
So,
sir. Yes,
growing
sir.
up,
Next
I'm all
up.
in Chicago. I used to be shit, nigga, in Cabrini Green, Robert Taylor, nigga. I was everywhere in Chicago. You know what I mean? So,
Yes, sir.
yeah, I definitely remember Father Time. I heard that name in a long time.
Yeah, he a legend, man.
For
Legendary.
sure. For sure. All right, so it's I got one more for you.
Okay.
Okay, this pattern right here might get a little tricky, my nigga. Hang in there with me, it'll all make sense in a minute. I'm finna present it again like I did this shit the first time. Back up in the day, I'm back up in it like the first time I was in this bitch. Excited and super geeked, happy to be here, man. Here go the ignorant shit. What?
Mm,
Yes, sir. It'll all make sense in a minute.
that one
Wow.
right there. That's
Yeah.
probably, as far as the stuff I'd heard from you in the past few years, I'll probably say that's that favorite one. That's that shit right there.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, this is the one it's probably my favorite too out of my whole career. This song came out of just out of nowhere. You know how God work, things just happen. And my man Supreme Tracks sent me a beat. Well, he sent me a few beats, and then he sent me a link to his SoundCloud page. He like, bro, check out. I got a few others, So he had sent me some in the email that I was actually writing to. But when I clicked his SoundCloud page, I'm just kind of scrolling through, and that damn beat came on. And I had to call him like, bro, send me this now. He's like, you sure? But it was just the bass line, the snare, the way he put that together, it just kind of sparked some in me. I was in kind of a writer's block during that time too. So that just really brought me out of a crazy writer's block. And the goal with it was to, that's the first single from my solo album, Further, my second solo album. And when I started writing it, I'm like, okay, I want to do something. It's been so many years people heard us. I want to do something to really show people that, we created this style, but I want to show y'all something that's 20 years from now, give y'all some real wordplay. How can I take my entire career and mash it into, one song? And that song right there is real special, man, with the message too. It'll all make sense in a minute. I was trying to tell people, like, I know y'all don't know, but you know, check this out. And yeah, man, that's one of my favorites right there. And Direct from Triple Darkness, he did the video for me.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, that's one of my favorites right there, man. Be on the lookout for the Further project. I got more of that right there coming.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes,
Bet.
sir.
Yeah. So, like I said, Dev, he like I said, he recently, then got familiar with you, psychodrama and all that stuff. Like I said, all my young partners, I'll be trying to put them on and all that stuff. But
Yeah.
Dev, just what's your first impression? Like really hearing some of psychodrama stuff, hearing Buck stuff. Like, what's your first impression? And then even comparing it to, some of the new shit.
Um, well, my first, you know, my first impression listening to everything, I kind of got like a strange music kind of vibe. I wanted to ask you, like, have you linked up with Tech Nine, or have you, rubbed elbows with anybody over there in that scene? Because you kind of sound like that's where you would be right at home at.
Yeah.
That you always have a home there. It just fits so perfectly. Everything that they're trying to do.
Thank you.
And it's unorthodox, but it's in a good way, where
Yes, sir.
you're doing something that ain't nobody really done, and might not be, other people might not be able to do that. So
Yeah.
it's very unique style, and I have a lot of appreciation for it.
Thank you,
And I
Dev.
just want, yeah, no problem, man. But it's just something that I want to get more into. Like, I heard you. I was just telling Soul the other day that I want to get into a lot of the music over the years that I missed. It's so
Yeah.
much music. And A Ball MJG is one of the people who came up, and I didn't know that you were somebody who was so into them, because I've had a lot of respect and a lot of appreciation for their music for a couple years now.
Bless you.
But I wanted to get more in depth into it, and I would have never known that you would have been one of the guys who I would have been listening to,
Yes,
you
sir.
know, had I not had this experience first, to know, like, okay. So when I heard that track off of Lost, I'm like, okay, yeah, I was saving it into my phone as we was playing it. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go back to that later. We're gonna
Yes,
get into
sir.
all that. But yeah, just I definitely appreciate the unorthodox, and I also appreciate just how you just so dedicated to differentiation. You just want to be different,
Yes, sir.
and just you're never trying to stay same and it shows. It just really shows in your music and in your verses.
Man, thank you. I appreciate that, man. I really do. And yeah, I haven't had a chance to connect with Tech Nine yet, but yeah, I love strange music, man. I'm a big fan. Shout out to my man Lebowski. He's in that family, so we kind of cousins and 6 degrees of separation. But hopefully soon I get a chance to connect with that brother, man. And but yeah, thank you, man. I definitely focus hard on differentiation and just sticking out. And I'll definitely get you some music, man. I want you to definitely take a look at and see the
Okay.
whole history, man. Shout out to Quelo and Triple Darkness, Snipers, Crucial, Twist and Be Hype, Speed Nine Mobsters, my brother Malif, Turtle Banks, Maze. It's a lot of cats, man. That's in the shot. That's super raw. My man Todd Nitty, Big Nasty. Also, I miss when you ask me people that I'm looking forward to working with. I forgot to
Mhm.
include that boy Saba. That boy
Mm.
Saba,
Okay.
he's a
I have heard
dog
of
and a
him.
half. And Chance the Rapper and Vic Mensa and all them cats too,
Mm.
man. Shout
Right.
out to all
Okay.
of them. Yay, Kanye, definitely looking forward to working with him. But yeah, man, I love music and definitely looking to stand out. And we still here, bro. We still here. Thank you for
Yes,
looking
sir.
out, though.
No
Yeah,
problem.
man. I love to see it, man. Just being transparent, that was, don't get me wrong, I wanted to, kind of get into media and do different things, but at the time, that was one of the factors that did kind of slow me up when I was doing my music back in the day, because I was, getting a little bit older, been doing it for a while and all that, and people, get in your ear and tell you bullshit and different things like that.
Yeah,
But I'm loving how, like, for example, people like you that just keep it going, the more you go with it, the doper you getting. I'm just loving that narrative in hip hop is starting to change.
yes,
Where,
sir.
yeah, before it was like, oh yeah, it's a young man's game. Oh, you too old to be doing this, you too old to be doing that. And now, being honest, when you really look at it now, the older cats that's still doing it, in my opinion, I can say it even if y'all can't. The older cats are doper than a lot of these newer cats. Even like people like yourself, even
Yeah,
when you look at the surge of like Griselda, you know what I
yeah,
mean? All them cats is older and they
yeah,
just really, getting they shine and getting familiar with people just in the last few years, and they are killing shit. Got a hell of a following and a buzz,
Following, yeah.
and just
yeah.
a lot of different artists, man. They keep it going, so I'm loving to see that narrative change because
Hmm.
I always hated that. Once again,
Yeah,
we the only genre and culture that kind of suffer from that. Where these other cats, rock, R&B, and all that shit, they tour for 40 years, 50 years, be on tour, be 65, still doing their thing, still getting a
yeah,
bag. And rap, we're just getting now to like where we just it's kind of like our almost first generation because we just getting to the point in the genre where now we got cats that are older, finally
right.
they've been around maybe 20 years, 30 years or whatever. So I'm just loving to see that narrative is starting to change and cats are just doing their thing, man, because
Yeah.
a lot of the older artists really, prided themselves in being an artist, and the artistry of it was very
Hmm.
important. And
Yes.
it's just, when you have that and you continue to go, it's going to come through in the music, man. So I'm just loving that narrative is changing now, definitely.
Yes, yes, I agree. I agree 1,000%. I appreciate that. Yeah, man, the young man's game thing, that was the thing that got me for a long time. And yeah, I could vouch, man, and tell you, we from that era where it was all important to us, the art form, the whole culture of hip hop. So it's a lot of cats right now, man, over 40, some cats over 50, man, that could still spit and all we need is the audience to pay attention. So that's what I appreciate more than anything, to even have cats like Dev. My nephew, my sons are your age too, and they still appreciate lyricism and what we saying. So that's what's gonna really make hip hop bigger, like you say, when they embrace us and not just push us to the wayside. How just like rock and all these other genres, hold their elders in high esteem. When hip hop start doing that more, we're gonna, extend our shelf life, man, and
Mm.
show love to the originators and the people that was here from the beginning. I think it'll just make everything better. But yeah, we still here, man, and it's a lot of cats that's still
Oh
here,
yeah.
man.
Yeah. That's definitely one of the things I push when I be having my conversations. I'm just like, y'all got to understand hip hop. First of all, we the number one genre of music. Period. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? We set the trends. We are everything. So it's just like I be telling a lot of the young cats. Some are open minded and be trying to listen to different things, some of the older stuff, and then
Hmm.
some be closed minded and just act like they the beginning and the end and everything. And I'm just like,
Mhm.
dude, ain't nobody gonna mess with your bag. Like
Yeah.
you can get your bag, dude that's been out here for 20 years doing this thing, he can get his bag. Like it's enough money
For
for
everybody.
everybody. There's a
Yeah.
audience for everything. I'm
Yeah.
like, once again, we just getting to that point in hip hop where you got cats, like you said, that are 40 and up and they got families and kids and everything else.
Yeah.
Okay, I still love rap. I may not be trying to listen to this particular kind of music. Y'all talking about this and that. I'm not in the streets no more. I'm not doing all this shit no more. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
exactly.
So it's a sound and an audience for everybody. So
Yeah,
yeah, man, I'm loving that definitely.
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. Keep doing your thing because you ain't missed a beat, man. Your shit is just
Thank
man.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Um. Yeah. So I found out that I know you was talking about like how you was just very well rounded when it came to hip hop. I know you were saying like LL and Redman, which is two of my favorite. You know you were saying those are two of your favorite guys.
Yeah.
Like who would you consider your top five?
Oh
Just
man.
all.
Oh man. Yeah, that's a hard one. I would have to say definitely Redman, um, Rakim, LL, Scarface and Cube, I probably say, but I have a top 50, man, because you got to put Jadakiss in there. He
Mm,
just in his own category. He created the thought of it being a top five, but Eminem, Royce the 5'9", it's some really nasty cats, man. But as far as from my era, I have to put those guys at the top of the list. But like Nuisance Inside and Direct, Triple Darkness, my man Mac Hanius and Trick. I know some really, really, really influential lyricists and important songwriters, man. But yeah, I say those my five. Those my five right there.
okay, okay.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
man, I feel you on that. I'm the same way. My top five, it changed all the time, man. It
Yeah,
changed all the time. It's hard to stick to some because it's like you said, it's so many dope cats. Like for example, I heard you mention Royce a couple times.
yeah.
Royce, man, that dude is like
From
he's the
another planet,
dopest.
man.
Man, that dude is oh my God.
Yeah.
Like the what's the last album he came with?
The allegory.
Yeah, the allegory.
Yeah,
To me, I was tripping on that because hands to me, that's the best album I've heard from him. And I like his other shit, but to me, that's the best album I've heard from him. And then when I found out that he just got into producing and produced
yeah,
that whole project, I'm like, this dude then at this
yeah,
point in time where he had then produced his whole album and it's the
yeah.
best album of his career. I was just like, bro, that's to be applauded. Like that shit's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's that true musicianship, man, that hip hop is missing. So yes, I agree, man. That dude is next level, man. He is next level. Him and him, I really appreciate what they do. I
Mhm.
really appreciate it. And yeah, it's a lot of cats out here, man. I swear, Styles P. It's just so many
Yeah.
people to highlight, man. But yeah, rap is still alive. That's the most beautiful thing. And Lupe is just that dude is from somewhere else to another universe when it comes to
Yes.
lyricism. So I hold them in high regard too. And also, it's a young lady out here named Sweet Juices that y'all need to be on the lookout for.
Mm.
Outstanding, man. Real performer, Chicago lyricist. Her name is Sweet Juices. Be on the lookout for her.
Sweet
Sweet
Okay.
juices.
Juices.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely. Who is like you talked about some of your all-time favorite. Like with what are some who are some of your favorite like some of the newer cats out here, whether from Chicago or not? Who are some of your newer favorites?
Oh man. Yeah, I would say, like I said, like Saba. Um, I like the Griselda Cats. All of them is they dogs, man. Um, West Side, Conway, and Benny. They nasty. I like what's my man named Corday.
Oh, he is dope. Yeah.
Yeah, dope as hell, man.
Yeah.
Corday. Like I mentioned, my sister Sweet Juices. My man Direct from Triple Darkness. His wife Lisa Valadez. We call her Kitty. Crazy on the singing and the rapping, man.
Mm.
Somebody to look out for. Who else, man? I be jamming a lot of different cats, but those are the ones that come top of mind right now, I would say.
Okay. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. So we about to go on and get up out of here, man. Before we do though, definitely drop your social media to the people. Also let us know like where we can find the majority of your music, and then just what you got coming up in the future, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, y'all can follow me everywhere. It's Buck of Psychodrama, BUKOFPSYCHODRAMA. Buck of Psychodrama. On Twitter is Buck Psychodrama. Everywhere. Our website is psychodrama the number 3.com. Coming up, you can get all our merch, old CDs, see exclusive videos, behind the scenes stuff. Also, you can connect with Side of Nuisance and what we doing and see our whole, what we got going on. The Padded Room Recording Company.com. And then we got the new album coming out. We haven't even titled it yet, but definitely be on the lookout for the new Psychodrama album. Be on the lookout for my new solo record, the next Scattered Bodies album. Nuisance Inside just dropped solo projects you can go get. Nuisance Got No Carbs, Side Got Let the Sideshow Begin. And yeah, man, check for us. Psychodrama3.com is where you can find everything, bro.
Definitely. And Padded Room, that's your company, ain't it?
Yes, sir. The Padded Room Recording Company. That's my label.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dope. All right, man. Well, hey, bro. Once again, man, thank you for joining the pod today.
Pleasure having you.
Yeah,
Man.
man. We really appreciate you, giving some time, man.
Yes,
Give
sir.
people
Thank y'all,
you.
man. I appreciate you two brothers for giving me this opportunity, man. And y'all got some dope content too. And I plan to let everybody know to check y'all out too, man. Thank
We
y'all. Right
appreciate
back.
that.
Yes,
Thank you.
sir.
Definitely,
Thank
man.
you.
We appreciate it, man. So, hey, we've been having this great conversation with the legendary Chicago legend, hip hop legend, Buck of Psychodrama. Y'all have been watching Quest Convo, the podcast where we talk the culture because we are the culture, and we are out. Peace and love, y'all.
Yes, sir.
Man, thank y'all.